Hope you're having a good one. What's good? What's good? What's good? So yeah, there's a lot, man. Past couple of days, there's been just a lot going on. Don't forget to invest in yourself today. That's like mad important. Okay. So if you're watching the show right now, you actually are investing in yourself. Oh, wait a minute. Because I don't want to forget this morning. Because that would absolutely bite. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. So what's going on today? Past couple of days, it's been nuts. Okay. Past couple of days, it's definitely been nuts news wise. And there's a lot of news. I got up a little bit late this morning. Well, I didn't get up a little bit late. There was just a ton of news. So it made me run a little bit late. JP Morgan reports that RWA tokenization is running behind expectations, right? Right now it has a $25 billion market cap. And I'm sitting back and I'm going, so everybody's expecting tokenization to be bigger than what it is now. Wow. Excuse me. Yeah, I still kind of have the cold. But I want you to stop and think about that, right? I want you to really, 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 really stop and think about that. It's one of those things that takes a lot of administration to actually pull off. Good morning, Jay Shelton. So it's one of those things. Tokenization is one of those things that takes a lot of work to actually pull it off, right? Technologically wise, technical wise. And when you look at the technology to actually implement that and all the administration that goes around that, filing the paperwork, all that good stuff, it's not as easy as you think. So it's a massive undertaking. Okay, it's a massive undertaking. But once it gets done, well, now we're talking, right? Now we're talking about some big money. So again, I think that we're watching a long curve. When it comes to RWA, I think we're watching a long curve. And at one point, you're just going to see it skyrocket before it levels off. I know it's weird. You don't really expect me to say level off when it comes to RWA. But when you think about it, once everything is tokenized, well, it's been tokenized. The only thing that's going to come in is new stuff. Right? A new stock comes in, a new state comes up and says, yeah, we're going to tokenize our titles, across the state. And that way that'll actually wind up taking out all the title insurance companies. That whole title business. Oh, you better get title insurance. You better get title protection because if you don't, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah. If every state in the union and all our holdings would actually tokenize titles, all of that goes bye-bye because you can't steal it. Do you ever think about that? You wouldn't be able to steal it. And if it was stolen, it wouldn't be stolen. It would mean that whoever's holding the title effed up and sent it someplace. So if you've got a mortgage, that would mean the bank would have to send it. Except for one problem. You would have matching records, right? Because you have the actual title and I have an official title document also that says who's holding the lien. So that lien might travel. And of course, the title would travel with it. However, I know that whoever's administrating the mortgage, I know it's still tied to me. So you're not going to be able to steal it. See what I mean? It's protected two ways. So I'm sitting back and I'm just kind of going, yeah, you're going to see a massive curve when everybody gets their act together. California, kind of already there. They already did it with Avalanche and their their automobile titles. Imagine if other states did the same thing. Holy moly. Holy moly. Stolen cars? Where's the title? What do you mean you don't have a digital copy, huh? What? Oh, so it's stolen. Is that what you're saying? Yeah. You know how you go and trade in a car and you always, I forgot my title. No, you just be able to whip out your wallet and be like, where am I sending it? Boop, boop. This deal is done. It's nuts. But when you stop and you think about how you could actually implement the tokenization of even just titles, you're talking about a massive disruption to a market. Massive disruption. Because you figure once a title search has been done and at the point of sale, meaning everybody signed, okay, up to that point, the title is pristine. I no longer care about the past. I care about the future. Boom, I can lock it in right there. So yeah, when I'm looking at RWA, I see tons of opportunities. Okay? Tons of opportunities. However, it's going to take time. And it's going to take people that actually walk through the process and do all this stuff. And then somebody will come out with RWA in a box. You see what I'm saying? So I think it's going to be a long curve. But once that pop happens, it'll be fast as heck. Because they're thinking it should probably go like this. I'm thinking it should go like that. And just out of nowhere, you're just going to see a huge pop because you're going to see a huge amount of companies going about their business and doing the RWA thing. Now, something else that's going on. So I know you've heard, we reported a while ago that Core Scientific for years has been trying to get their hands on CoreWeave, as in buy them out, for years. Well, they came up with a $9 billion offer and, even jumping through all those hoops. Yeah. 2C's Capital, Core Scientific's largest shareholder with a 6.3% stake, opposes the $9 billion all-stock sale to CoreWeave. Or CoreWeave's been trying to buy Core Scientific, citing under-evaluation and risks from volatile CoreWeave shares. Wow. I mean, undervaluing Core Scientific, I can see that argument. But the real argument is, CoreWeave, you want to do this stock thing and you don't have your house in order is what they're really saying. Yeah. How dope is that? That's a call out and a half. That is a call out and a half. Then you have Block, who just bought 108 more Bitcoin. Remember, Block is teensy-weensy compared to everybody else that's buying Bitcoin. They're teensy-weensy. So that's a very big deal. Then you have the UK FCA lifting a retail ban on digital currency exchange-traded notes, CETNs. That's a big deal. It should actually start on October 8th, 2025. What does that mean? It means that you're going to see a whole lot of money start to come into crypto via those CETNs on the other side of the pond. That's more money entering the market. That's more people becoming educated in the crypto space. That's more. Again, going to my curve theory. Yes, people will see things go up like that. But I think that up and down, that volatility will go up in a curve. I think we'd be able to draw a straight line just going like that in a curve. Because that's how I think things are going to happen. Why is retail not catching up? Right? I think that's the bigger question around the world is why isn't retail catching up? The reason why retail isn't catching up is because retail still needs to get educated. The bulk of retail has no idea about crypto, how it's going to work, how it does work, what to do, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, why to do it, all that stuff. They don't have it. They haven't taken my classes. That's what it is. They haven't taken my classes. Don't worry. We're going to be opening up classes very soon, especially the one on how to do your own research. That one right there. That class right there, learning how to do your own research, that's the one. That's the one. But that's where I think there's a lot of potential. Everybody's thinking, oh, retail's pulling back, retail's this, retail's that, blah, 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 blah. Pretty soon, retail won't be able to escape getting involved in crypto. So they will have to be educated. They could also buy buy my 2 books. Just go to Amazon and look up Eddie Johnson. Just saying. Crypto Foundations for Building Multi-Generational Wealth, and the GMB 3, The Art of Research, Timing, and Deliberate Wealth. Just saying. Because what's the GMB 3? Everybody knows what the GMB 3 is, right? You do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. And you have to do it in that order. Must. This is the first investment. Just saying. So you've got that going on. Then Ripple. So we all know, because we were talking about it last night on the show, Ripple and the SEC have put things to bed. So we're pretty much watching an explosion in Ripple. That's what's going on at the moment. And I have to tell you, nobody's mad about it. Nobody's mad about it. We're all very, very, very happy about it. Binance enables European and UK users to withdraw crypto directly to MasterCard via fiat conversion. Now, D-Mac had brought this up last night, and I'm like, yeah, they've been working on this for a minute. What's the importance of this? Jay Shelton, thank you. The idea is that MasterCard, Visa, all the credit card companies are trying to figure out how they can insert themselves in between the buyer and the seller, right? The same way they do now. They make money off the buyer, they make money off the seller, they make money off the process. That's where they want to be. So this deal is just them inserting themselves in the middle. However, what happens when converting to and from fiat is no longer a problem? Eddie, what the hell are you talking about? Where's my phone? I go to the store. I go to my favorite bodega. I use this one all the time. I go to my favorite bodega. I walk inside, bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll, salt, pepper, no ketchup. That's one word in New York. Bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, no ketchup on a roll. You see what I'm saying? Just blah, 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 blah. One word. And my Bustelo coffee. I like mine light and sweet sometimes. Sometimes I like it black. Sometimes it just depends on the day. But either way, as soon as I say it, I go boo boo. With my crypto, bam. That transaction is done before my breakfast is ready. Say what now? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. So that's when everything's just going to hit. That's when everything's going to hit. You'll see different stores accepting different cryptos. The first crypto they're going to accept, it's always going to be Bitcoin. What's the next crypto they're going to accept? Always, it's always going to be a stable coin. If you think Tether and Circle are making money now, it's about to be ridiculous. That news I dropped to you last night about how Ripple is buying Rail. They bought Rail for $200 million. Rail is a stablecoin payments platform because they know retail, literal retail, is about to pick up in a massive fashion. Massive. I have a news article somewhere. I don't know if we're going to be able to get to it, but I have a news article that talks about how people are starting to get paid in crypto, or will start getting paid in crypto. Wow. Let me get a client that says, "Oh, hey, can you be an interim C-suite, technology lead or operations lead?" I'd be like, "Sure, pay me in crypto." You know how many companies? New York City pays Mayor Adams partially in crypto. There's nothing remarkable about it. This happens. My question about that was when Eric Adams, came out with that and said, "Yeah, I'm getting paid partially in crypto." My question was, does that mean all New York City workers can get paid in crypto? Haven't been able to find an answer yet, which usually means, no, I'm special. Like what? So that's what I'm looking at. But even if that crypto is a stable coin, I would rather get paid in crypto because I can maneuver my money faster. Let me rephrase. I can maneuver my value faster. Why does Eddie keep correcting himself and going back to the word value? Well, it's because crypto has not been called money yet in most countries. So all it is value. Money is value, but it's got that extra thing that's money, fiat. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at. So it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. Standard Chartered and Animoca Brands formed Anchor Point Financial to apply for a Hong Kong dollar stablecoin license, competing with firms like JD.com and Ant International in a maturing stablecoin market under clearer regulations, meaning they're expecting clearer regulations from Hong Kong. They know they're already in the works, which is why they formed this company, which is why they're filing all the paperwork now. That's what's up. Oh, when you hosted AMAs, got paid in, oh yeah, that must have been lovely. GMB is the bomb. GMB is the bomb, and I hope you held it all and you're just sitting back going, ha ha ha, GMB is close to $800. Yeah, I'm not even gonna play. That's some sexy stuff right there. It's at 787.03 right now. That's some sexy stuff right there. What else do we have? I'm trying to rifle through the news because there's a ton of news. Let's see what else we have. Ethereum Foundation is going to match a $500,000 cash payment, not payment, but donation for Storms, for Rodent Storm's legal fund. Why? Because he's still fighting the case, right? Because they're appealing. Both sides, I guess both sides are appealing because, there was that deadlock. They're going to appeal on that deadlock. So we're going to see what happens with that. Analyst Mike Wilson predicts the U.S. economy has entered a new bull market, ending a 3-year recession. With expected volatility in Q3, but long-term growth supported by rate cuts and earnings improvements. Now, there are a lot of people, even Bank of America, part of Bank of America, saying, yeah, we're not expecting bank cuts. And they reiterated that last night. They're not expecting rate cuts. And I'm kind of like, I can understand why. Everybody's like, oh, well, because of jobs, there should be rate cuts. Jobs happen. Those are in the past. Now, could you come up with a reason to drop it by 25 basis points? You could. You kind of could. But I have to tell you, I can see the job market dropping some more. I can see the job market dropping some more, and people are saying why. It's because I'm thinking that there are going to be layoffs, and so I lay off 15,000 like Microsoft. And I only have 5,100, 5,200 H-1B visa applications, and those approved applications. And guess what? Those approved applications don't help us. Those are imports. Now I have nothing wrong with H-1B visas. The only thing I have an issue with is saying that, like, most of the jobs that they're doing with those visas are not jobs that can't be filled with U.S. citizens. That's my problem. If you're importing a Java developer, you shouldn't be allowed to import a Java developer. Why? Because there are Java developers here that are available, that are pounding the pavement now because they've been laid off. Just saying, just putting it out there for you. HTX launches a $130,000 prize pool campaign for its copy trading platform. The only reason why I'm bringing this up is because copy trading is no joke, and you need to be careful with that. You need to be careful. Pay attention to it. There you go. So my team is up already. I have to tell that listening to you speak makes me want to learn all I can about finance on a global scale. Love your content. Dude, thank you. The reason why I deliver global content is because the economy is global. The economy is global. So what happens over there can affect over here. What happens over here can affect over there and all around the world. Which is why we've got to keep our ears open. We've got to keep our ears open. When the new regime signed that executive order yesterday saying that, hey, 401ks can now get involved, do you not think the rest of the world went, oh, what kind of money is that? Think about that. What kind of money is about to enter the market? That's a crazy number. Yo, Turtle Bitcoin, what's good? That's a huge number that's about to come in the door. And then you have El Salvador launching Bitcoin banks, potentially operating fully in Bitcoin, aiming to challenge traditional financial systems and position the country as a global Bitcoin innovation leader. What? Bitcoin banks, stop it. What? I said before that you have certain countries, these smaller countries, that are trying to bail their economies out, and they've got to do some radical stuff. That's some radical stuff. But what's going on? Well, they're saying, yeah, our fiat is a failure, and we need to bank on something else. And they're thinking it's Bitcoin. Wow. I want you to take that in for a minute. Now, will other countries go in that direction? Probably not. But will banks pop up doing that? Also, I mean, they could just be, called exchanges. But you see what I mean? Wow. Now you know why I keep going back and I keep saying, what's the definition of a bank? What does a bank do for you that you can't do for yourself? I'll make it easy for you. I think it's only one thing. One thing. You ready for me to tell you? Pay bills. Banks enable you to pay bills. They charge you for using their network so you can pay your bills. But imagine the day comes where you can pay your bills with crypto. What does a bank do? What does a bank do? And then you sit there and you're kind of like, damn, go Fatima, ask me on Sunday. And good morning. But ask me on Sunday. Because we have the big bagger call. Real quick, copy trading is literally I make a trade and you copy my trade. Copy trading has been going on forever, but we should probably have a longer conversation about it. Yo, Jetpack Joe. Right? Lend and store value. Store value, but that's what I mean. Store value? Not really. Not really. Not for you. For them, yeah. Not for you. Lend? Yes. Yes, I can agree to that. I can definitely agree to, but isn't lending, that's how they make money. Let's just run with lending is one of them. All right, so you got two things. Lending is being taken over by decentralized finance. Just going to put that out there for you. Anyway, you know what we should do? Because we're not going to get through all the news that I have. You're just going to have to go to the site and read the articles. But we should go to the numbers. Let me get this out of the way. Let's start down here. What's the market look like? Dow futures implied open 108 up. S&P futures implied open 19.75 up. NASDAQ futures implied open 76.75 up. Oil is up 0.50 and the 10-year is up 0.008. Not bad. Not bad. Not horrible. Not bad. Earnings reports. I really don't care about these people. Who's here that I care about? No. Skechers. Okay, I can see that. No. Core Scientific. Yes. Dun & Bradstreet. Yes. We have two different planes that are on the list, and yes, they are different. Two different tickers. Under Armour, definitely going to be looking at that. But everybody else, just normal reporting day, not a big deal. What's going on today? Nothing. 10 a.m. We got the Fed. We have Fed speak. That's it. That's all we have is Fed speak at 10 a.m. Pay attention to Fed speak. I like knowing what they're thinking, what's going through their minds. Fear and Greed Index is at 74. Oh, so many things. Again, the biggest news on the market, 401k is going to be able to get in. XRP and the SEC have settled. It's done. XRP is just about to blow the hell up. Just saying. DeFi Llama, we've got 154.067 billion total value locked. Right here. Wow. Yeah, we went above a little bit, but that is the resistance. We've identified that is the resistance. Wow, that's not bad. That is not bad, but I think that we're going to break through. I think that we could see a breakthrough right here. We really could. Definitely next week, but I think we can see a breakthrough right here, and you'll see things start to really pop. But that's not bad right here. That's not bad. Just saying. But you can see, yep, that's the resistance level. And it's been tried and true all the way through. Wow. Some people might think that I actually might know what I'm talking about. Some people. So looking at the big board, what do we have going on? Things popped. Of course, XRP popped big. Look at that, 330. A couple of days ago, it was what, yesterday, day before? $2.99. What? So imagine Imagine being up 10% in a day, in 24 hours. That's crazy. XLM is up. Link is up. I told you about Link before. Link was as low as $15 a couple of days ago. Definitely 16, but I think 15 a couple of days ago. And now it's at 19. Imagine that. Because Link has had two big pieces of news. You can go back and look at the videos and look at website for the articles. But yeah, Link is up. Hype is up. Just saying. So I'm looking at a whole bunch of stuff that I'm like, yeah, I could get into that. I could definitely get into that. And looking side by side, the distance between Bitcoin dominance is dropping big. The distance between Bitcoin and Ethereum, because of Ethereum's moves, look at this. 8. It's 8 points. 8 points between the two. Wow. Got to make the donuts. Jay Clayton, do your thing. Jay Shelton, sorry. Now, Jay Clayton, I just insulted you. I apologize. Anyway, Jay Shelton. Don't forget, you can also listen to this with your earpods on, listening to the podcast. Just saying, I'm just putting that out there for you. What else do we have? So looking down the list, there are a lot of places where I can make money. XRP is exploding. I'm just saying. But still, DCA, dollar cost averaging, sprinkling in every so often. Just saying, you can do this. You can absolutely do this. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you like what I'm doing. If you do me a favor, smash the likes, tell your friends about us, because this is a growing community, big time, and we care about growing each other's bags. You want to know something else? You didn't hear it from me, but we hit 18,000 subscribers last night. 18,000 subscribers. We are well on our way to hitting that 25,000 subscriber mark that I've put on us by the end of the year. Keep telling your friends, keep telling everybody, come over to Grow My Bag. We're doing things differently over here. Mark it up, mark it down. We're all learning, and we're learning how to do better. Everybody, thank you for your time. Thank you for your patience. And absolutely, thank you for your trust. I will fight for that every day. Everybody, I'll see you tonight on Friday Flips, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Everybody, have a good one. Thank you.